I was watching from my perspective. I marveled.
You should have seen our previous matches. Yeah, before I had a 3-set match and he had 7-6, 7-6.
Yeah, that's.
You
tell me more.
Yeah, I won the regionals in Florida.
Okay, you know what? Carol was in Florida, but I was in there a couple years ago. Carol was in Florida, but I know your name. Here, I'm gonna put your hands down. I'm gonna give you 12. Let's see, we've got 2, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great presentation for 2 individuals who are at the very top of our food chain, so to speak, of Little Mo, our 12. And they want to be like the champions of 12. And I'm looking at 2 champions right now. We had the best 12s draw we have ever had in the history, double what we've ever had in the history of this tournament. You 2 are 2 of the best 12s in the country. You've made us proud, you've made your families proud, and we're just so proud of you. And we're proud of Mom and Dad and all your family for supporting you. And remember, gentlemen, when you go on the court, you're on the court, absolutely, you're playing solo. But there is a team, it's called family, it's called Mom and Dad, it's called brothers, sisters, it's called grandparents, it's called coaches, it's called referees. They're supporting you. But I say about my mom, who won every Grand Slam match she entered, all 9 Grand Slam matches that she played. That's Wimbledon, Australian, French, and the US Open. Every time she played a Grand Slam match, she won. Her last year of competitive play, she did not lose a match. She won 3 Wimbledons in a row, 52, 53, and 54, and is the first woman, and still the only American woman, to win the Grand Slam. And we saw Novak Djokovic try to do that, and he just fell short. But if I describe my mom, Little Mo, I say, and I want you gentlemen to hear this because you're ambassadors for the sport, that Mom was a remarkable woman who just happened to be a very good tennis player. Let me say that again. My mother, Little Mo, and I've just kind of read off a small portion of her resume, was a remarkable woman who just happened to be a very good tennis player. Thanks. Now we have Mikkel. All right, Mikkel, you come right here, bud.
You can just call me Mika.
Mika, I like that. I like that, Mika. Well, Mika, this was a big match. I watched y'all play. I marveled. I marveled at how you and Gabaj just were relentless. And that passion, you just never gave up. It was poetry, what I call poetry in motion. So how do you feel, Mikkel? I mean, 3rd place in the largest tournament we've ever had. I mean, one of the top players in the country in 12s. How do you feel?
Well, I feel really happy, and I've been really excited to play here because since the regionals, I realized that the nationals was in Texas, and I've never been to Austin, and I've never been to this academy. So I'm really happy that I was just able to come here.
And let me say, it was a privilege and an honor and a blessing to have you. So on behalf of the Maureen Connolly Brinker Tennis Foundation, if my mom was here, she would say, wow, wow. Keep pressing forward, my friend. Congratulations on behalf of the Maureen Connolly Brinker Tennis Foundation for 3rd place.
Yay.
Amazing.
Congrats, Mika.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. She never told me she was famous because she never wanted me to follow in the footsteps of a famous parent and play tennis. So I asked her though, when I found out that she was a tennis champion, I said, Mommy, I was 12. I was y'all's age. I said, Mommy, what was the most important match you ever played? I thought she would say Wimbledon. I thought she'd say the US Open because that was the last leg of her calendar Grand Slam. You know what she told me? The most important match, gentlemen, I want you to hear this, that she ever played was when she was 10 years old and she lost.
Yeah.
She lost. I was stunned. And she said, and this is really important, she played a tournament that was the biggest tournament on the West Coast. It was called the Harper Inc. Tournament. It's been around for 53 years. She lost at 10 to a young lady who was 2 years older than her. Her name was Ann Bissell. Now, she was upset about losing, but she was more upset because her backhand had just disappeared. you decided at 10 years old that she was going to play Ann Bissell in the finals next year, and she was going to work on that backhand.
Nice.
So all year long, she worked on her footwork, she worked on stepping the ball, she had a one-handed backhand, so she did top spin, accuracy for a year, because that was her weakness. The next year, she entered this tournament, and Ann Bissell didn't show up.
No.
So she worked another year on her backhand, even getting more honed, even hitting the lines. As a matter of fact, one of the Wimbledon sports writers said he counted the times that Mom hit the lines at Wimbledon in one set 24 times.
Wow.
Oh
24 on the line. That doesn't mean missing it
precise.
by a nano inch. You can't beat someone that's that accurate. So 2 years later,
Roger.
like Roger, my man. So,
My
so
dad's
2 years later, she showed up, and guess who else showed up? Ann Bissell. Guess who won?
15.
Well, actually, that was 13s, because at that time she was now 12.
And Ann Bissell was almost 14.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Got a mathematician here. So guess who won? Mom won.
Yay.
But that has nothing to do with the story.
Exactly.
That has nothing to do with the story.
That's a great point.
What had to do with the story, and the point of this, is that the tennis journalists, who were the best journalists in the world, and I knew them all, from Wimbledon to the US Open, the tennis writers of that time wrote, and it still stands today, that Mom's backhand, if not the best, was one of the best backhands in the history of women's tennis.
Sweet.
And that was only because she had lost when she was 10, and it had exposed a weakness, her backhand. And instead of being discouraged, she thought that, she used that as a gift, that she had had that weakness exposed, and she was able to work on it. Yeah, that is an
And maybe
insight.
like my pressure situations, I sometimes go for too much.
That's a good point, because you have to gauge it and pace it. Well, gentlemen, we've heard it. That's what you're going to work on, buddy. All right. Well, we're proud of you.